Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary. I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clay Emo on Instagram. The founding member of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. Wow, what a game. The Canucks just defeated the Calgary Flames 3-2 in overtime in Calgary. Their second straight win on this 6-game road trip. They beat Edmonton on Thursday night and they end up sweeping Alberta by beating Calgary tonight. Great game, a lot of things I want to talk about, but the fact that this game was so good, I'm excited because this is a rivalry that we can look forward to many great battles for years to come. Calgary's obviously already a very good, young, strong, fast team with guys like Goudreau and Monahan and Bennett and Tkachuk on D, Brody and of course Giordano, who's not young but playing the best hockey of his career, and Hamonic even and Hanifin. So there's a lot of really good players there. David Rittich looks like to be a really strong #1 goaltender. And the Canucks, we have our big three, of course, Boeser, Pettersson, and Horvat, guys like Virtanen and Hutton, Stetcher, Jacob Markstrom. So I think there's going to be some really good battles, a really good rivalry developing for years to come. Tonight was a good game. I think Calgary dominated Vancouver in the first period, and then it tightened up in the second period. In the third period, although it was tight, a lot of good scoring chances. Then overtime was crazy. I was at the edge. No, I wasn't even at the edge of my seat. I was off my seat. I was standing up. I put a poll out on Twitter just before overtime started. I was only up for 3 or 4 minutes, just saying, how's this game going to end? Canucks in OT, Canucks in shootout, Flames in OT, Flames in shootout. Just got 50 votes in those 3 or 4 minutes, and 78% of you, to your credit, said the Canucks would win in overtime. Boeser had a great game, a goal and assist. Pettersson had a goal. Edler had a goal and assist. Berchi had an assist in his return, which I'll get to in a second. But it was nice. You want the Canucks, you want your best players to be scoring, and of course Boeser and Pettersson did that. Oh yeah, Boeser. You want Boeser and Pettersson to be doing that, and also nice play by Boeser on the game-winning goal, getting it through 2 Calgary players to Edler, who one-timed it past Rittich. So great game, really exciting. I'm in a good mood, obviously, because the Canucks won. And it was nice that they got going to overtime, we got at least 1 point, but to get both is pretty good. They're still 1 point out of a playoff spot because Dallas Stars, because of their CEO who ripped into Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin, Dallas has won 2 straight, just as the Canucks, on the same nights the Canucks have won 2 straight. So while we passed Edmonton in the standings, we are still behind Dallas by 1 point because they've won the same 2 games, 4 points in the last 2 games, the same that we have. But it's exciting to see that the Canucks are trying to create separation between the teams below them, although all of them have games in hand. They are closing the gap on the teams above them, who some of them only have 1 or 2 games in hand. So, it's still good. It's obviously very good and nothing to complain about there. So Boeser played very well, obviously with 2 points. Edler played well with 2 points. Horvat held off the score sheet, but I still think he played very well. Berchi did very well in his return, only got 12.5 minutes of ice time, but didn't look out of place. And we'll see his ice time go up eventually as we go. Also, Markstrom was strong, obviously. A lot of people giving him a lot of credit, and rightfully so. He made a lot of really good saves. Looked very confident, looked very good in the net. Alex Edler, almost 28 minutes of ice time. Chris Tanev, almost 24 minutes. You had Ben Hutton at over 20 minutes, and Bo Horvat over 20 minutes. So a lot of guys logging a lot of good ice time. The only bad thing about tonight was obviously the power play 2 unit, because they gave up 2 shorthanded goals. And that power play 2 unit had Ben Hutton on the point, which you can't really blame him. And up front, you had Godobin, Eriksson, Granlund, and Levo. Now, both of the shorthanded goals, as most shorthanded goals are, were created off the rush, against the flow of the play. The first one was a breakaway followed by a rebound that none of the Canucks could get to. And then the second one was a 2-on-1. And both of those were created because of a sloppy play, obviously in the offensive zone. And then those 4 forwards simply not being fast enough, not being aggressive enough on the back check. Again, that was Levo, Godobin, Eriksson, and Granlund. And I thought Granlund had a really poor game overall, in fact, but I'll get to that in a second. So how do you fix it? Well, maybe you put some more speed on that second power play unit. At least I was surprised that Jake Virtanen didn't play there. Put him in there instead of Granlund or Eriksson or Levo. Take your pick, but put Virtanen in there. At least you have some speed there, and he still has some offensive skill, of course, as many people across the Lower Mainland are waiting to shotgun their next beer. But when The other thing I want to talk about really quickly is Brandon Sutter is very close to returning, whether it's the next game or the game after, and that means the Canucks will have to make one more roster move. They sent down Adam Gaudette to Utica today, which makes sense. He played well, but we need him to get bigger minutes in Utica, and he doesn't need waivers to get through. He doesn't, no one can pick him up, so it makes sense to put him back down with no risk. But another forward's going to have to sit, or another guy's going to have to come off the roster once Sutter is ready. So you could move Alex Biega back down in Utica because we'd be able to bring him up and down without, no one's going to take him. At least it seems that way. So you can do that and have 2 extra forwards and 1 extra D. Or if you want to keep the 2 extra D for whatever reason, because you still have Del Zotto sitting there and you only want 1 extra forward, then you got to get rid of either Schaller or Marcus Granlund. And Granlund, I thought, had a really poor poor game. He was on the ice for both of Calgary's goals. Shorthanded goals. The one good play that Granlund did is he checked Backlund into the net, into Markstrom, and that led to the game-winning goal in overtime. But I don't think Marcus Granlund did enough to warrant. He did get 60 minutes of ice time. I know Travis Green likes his versatility, and you look at guys like Goudobin, who only had 9 or 10 minutes of ice time tonight. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens when Sutter comes back. But overall, great game, good gritty win. Nice for the Canucks to get 2 points, as they have 1 more game before the year ends. But they're playing well. It's exciting hockey, and they're almost healthy. They just need 1 more guy back, and then we'll see what they can do with a completely full and healthy roster. All right, that's enough for me. Canucks fans, what stood out to you from the game tonight? Was it Markstrom? Was it Boeser? Was it Pettersson? Was it their compete level? Was it their bend but not break mentality? Whatever it is, I'd love to know. I'm just going to press something here because something flashed across my screen. Yeah, so I'd love to know. Leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply as always. And as always, subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Have a good rest of the evening. I know I will. Just taking it easy at home. My first night at home in about a week, without anyone else, actually just family, given all the entertaining we've been doing. So it was nice to just simply watch the game, cheer my head off, and enjoy a Canucks win. Have a great night. I'll check in with you tomorrow. God bless, and go Canucks go.